Hey guys, it is Sabo here, and I am back with another edition of Sports Talk with Sabo. And today I am joined by special guest Robin Yount.
Hey Sabo, what's happening?
Thank you for doing this.
You're very welcome.
And without any further ado, let's get this interview started.
Let's do it.
You started your MLB career at just 18 years old. What was it like to be so young in such a big world that you were yet to discover? Were your teammates supportive of you, and was there anyone in particular who took you under their wing and looked out for you?
Well, you're touching a soft spot with me right now, because the guy that took me under his wing, my very first day of spring training, his name was Ed Sprague.
Okay.
He had a son that played later with the Toronto Blue Jays. But Ed Sr., the first day I was in spring training, I was 18 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
And
very young.
Ed Sprague asked me after our first workout, he said, "Hey kid, do you play golf?" I said, "I do." He says, "Well, you're going to join us and play with us later that day." I said, "That's great." Well, fast forward another 25 years, he became one of my closest friends.
That's awesome.
Both of us are born on the exact same day, September 16th.
That's very cool.
But he's 10 years older than I am.
Oh.
So he was 1945, September 16th. I was 1955.
That's really cool.
The story goes on.
Oh, okay.
Because Ed and I had a lot in common. So much so that we loved to play golf, we loved the outdoors, we loved to fish together.
Okay.
Both our wives' names were even Michelle.
That's very crazy.
Isn't it?
That's really crazy.
The sad part about it is he just passed away a few weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I appreciate that, but he and I were very, very close friends. Had a great time together, and we'll be joined together again someday.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
But that was who took me under my wing, or under his wing, I should say. But, I think about playing in the big leagues at 18, I think it all happened so fast that I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. What I do remember is I'd never played a game. I played up here in this area in the New York Penn League the year before when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
Then I was thrown into a big stadium, Milwaukee County Stadium, for my first game. I think the stadium itself was more intimidating than any of the other stuff, because I always kind of thought I might have a chance to play in the major leagues one day, because I followed the footsteps of an older brother who was a pitcher.
Oh, okay.
And he had played in the minor leagues. And so I was able to be around professional players at a very young age, and I really think it helped me down my career.
That's very cool. So during your playing career, you had a severe injury that led to a change of positions from the infield to the outfield. How hard was that transition, and do you wish that when you had returned, you could have remained at your original position?
I do. You've done your homework, because that's a great question. Because I don't know that the injury was that severe, but it was enough that it was a shoulder injury, and I wasn't able to throw the baseball across the diamond consistently from shortstop like you needed to play that position. So what they did was, because my shoulder and my throwing arm wasn't very good, I thought it was going to be temporary, and then one day it would come back. But they put me out in the outfield temporarily, is what I thought.
Yeah.
And always felt, okay, my arm will get better and I'll go back to shortstop.
Yep.
Well, that never happened. And I always felt like a misplaced infielder that was sent to pasture out in the outfield and never returned home. But it's probably the thing that disappointed me most, with the exception of not winning a world championship, was the fact that I didn't get to go back and play shortstop after I hurt my shoulder.
Yeah, that's pretty upsetting. So, you need to be an elite player to have that kind of mindset. Can you speak the discipline it takes to have a career like you did, and what is necessary for kids like myself to do in order to achieve the level of success that you had?
Well, I'm a firm believer in playing or practicing the way you play.
Okay.
I think you want to take your practicing, your workouts, your training, all of that, even like taking ground balls, taking batting practice. Quality is far better than quantity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you take 20 really good swings in batting practice,
Yep.
that's more effective than taking 100 mediocre swings. So my point is, practice like it's a game.
Yeah.
Don't just go through the motions when you're practicing. Take it seriously. Pretend like you're playing a game
Okay.
when you're practicing.
Yep.
And then when all that's over, then go out and screw around and have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fun it takes place in the clubhouse, off the field. Not that the competing isn't fun,
Yeah.
but you have to take your practice seriously
Okay.
and focus on your practice.
So, towards the end of your amazing career, you joined a very exclusive group and became a member of the 3,000 Hit Club. To be one of just a few dozen players in the history of the game to achieve that milestone, what does that accomplishment mean to you?
It means I went to home plate a lot of times. They sent me up there. The managers, for whatever reason, sent me up to home plate lots of times.
Yeah.
And so if you get that many chances, you better get 3,000 hits or you're not going to have a job that long.
You have two extremely well-known nicknames, the Kid and Rockin' Robbie. I understand that you do not inscribe that on any memorabilia that you sign. Since we are at the Legends and Stars Sports Expo where you are signing autographs for fans, could you explain to me why you choose not to write these inscriptions?
First of all, the Kid I kind of like, but I'm just not a nickname guy.
Okay.
But I've kind of so many of my friends call me Kid, and so that one I've learned to accept.
Okay.
But I cannot stand Rockin' Robin. Let me tell you something. When I used to go to home plate, you know how these guys today kind of have what they call walk-up songs?
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very silly if you ask me. Well, we didn't have them back then.
Okay.
The organist just kind of played whatever they wanted for the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Well, a number of times the organist would play Rockin' Robin when I walked up to the, oh, can I tell you how much I hated that song? I hated it. And the last thing I'm ever going to do is write Rockin' Robin on a signature. That I can promise you.
All right, so you played your whole career with the Brewers. You're a member of the 3,000 Hit Club, and you were enshrined into the Hall of Fame in your first year of eligibility. This year in Cooperstown, you will be joined by another man who played his entire career for one team, a fellow member of the 3,000 Hit Club, and one who was elected into the Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility, Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter appeared on 99.7% of the ballots and fell just one vote shy of being the second player in baseball history to be elected unanimously. I'm curious as to your opinion on the situation and if you think this lone anonymous baseball writer was correct in leaving Jeter off the ballot.
You know what? It's an odd system that puts you in the Hall of Fame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's some pretty good players in the Hall of Fame that didn't get anywhere near unanimous votes.
Very true.
So, you know, the whole system has changed over the years, I think. And now that it's public knowledge, is the way I understand it now, whether you've voted for a player or not, as far as the sports writers go, I think their accountability is out there
Yeah.
for everyone to see. So they got a little more pressure on them.
Do you think this is a change for the better or the worse?
I don't know, and I don't really care. Either you're a Hall of Famer or you're not. That's
Yeah.
the way I see it. So
Okay.
it's not important to me.
I agree with you. When you were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1999, the estimated crowd in attendance was 50,000, which at the time was the largest ever for the ceremony. The class of 2007, which inducted Cal Ripken Jr. and Tony Gwynn, holds the distinction for having the largest crowd at 82,000. With Derek Jeter heading to this year's class, do you think we will see a new record crowd sitting in the field outside of Clark Sports Complex to witness history in July?
What do you think?
I think it might happen.
I think it might happen too. We'll see when the Hall of Fame ceremony gets there, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for my favorite segment of the interview,
Okay.
and it's called the quick pitch segment.
Uh-oh.
So it's just a bunch of really quick, you answer with a couple words or a sentence or so.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie?
Oh boy, I don't see a lot of movies. This one, yeah, I can't do this one quickly. I have to think about it.
Okay.
I'll go way back just because it's the first thing coming to me. That you probably never heard of the movie, but it was a movie called The Sting.
Okay. All right. What is your all-time favorite TV show?
TV show?
Yeah.
I'm a sports guy.
All right, so like ESPN.
No, but a particular game.
Okay.
As silly as this sounds coming from a baseball player, I love the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Okay. That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite actor or actress?
Man. Well, we were talking about this guy earlier, so I'm going to say him, Jack Nicholson. How about
Okay.
that?
That's cool.
And then actress, you know who I really like?
Who?
What's her name? If it comes to me, we'll go back to it.
Okay. Who is your favorite musician or musical group?
I'm a country western guy. You know
Okay.
who Eric Church is?
I think so.
Well, I'm kind of an Eric Church fan right now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is your favorite food?
Food, hot dogs and macaroni and cheese.
What is your favorite car that you have owned?
Oh, probably a Porsche 911, I guess.
Okay. Who is the toughest pitcher you ever faced?
How can you not put Nolan Ryan on near the top of anybody that played in that era's list?
Yeah. Outside of Milwaukee, what was your favorite stadium to play in and why?
Fenway Park.
All right.
It's just a really cool ballpark.
Yeah.
Old, good to hit in.
It is very cool.
Yeah, it was a special place.
Now for my favorite question, a quick pitch. If you were stranded on a desert island and could only have one person with you, who would it be and why?
You. Because I know you'd take good care of me.
All right. Thank you so much for doing
Sabo,
this.
you're the man, buddy.
That is going to pretty much conclude today's episode with Robin Yount. Thank you so much for doing this
You're
once
welcome,
again.
Sabo.
I really appreciate it.
You're a good man.
Anyways, peace out, Sabonators.
Buddy.
Anyways, that is going to pretty much conclude today's interview with
It's okay. I forget my name. I forget my name all the time. Don't worry about it.